Welcome to Self-Love Sunday Live with me, Jaina. I hope you are all doing really well. I am still on a little bit of a high actually from the self-love yoga retreat that I taught yesterday, the one-day retreat. It was such an amazing experience. I had such a beautiful day, and just the vibes of the day were just amazing, like the high vibes. It was really, really special, and I think all the people that were there in the space were just, everyone was on the same vibration, on the same level, on the same path, and wanting to experience the same thing. So we all held each other really well, which I really enjoyed, and it was just so powerful. I think it was just so powerful, so beautiful, and I'm looking forward to just doing more of those. So it'd be great to see some more of you as you come in and come and join us actually to be in person. I think it was just really, really, really good and so valuable and such a loving space. And I can see some of you joining in. I know some of you came to the retreat yesterday, so I hope you're doing really well and feeling relaxed after the day. And I think, you know, after you go to a retreat and you've spent that time on yourself, you do need a little bit of time afterwards to kind of decompress and also then like adjust to getting back into the world again, because it can be a little bit of a bubble of a safe space, and then to readjust into life can feel a little bit tricky. But it is it's really important that you just take things slowly, take things easy, and get back into life again. So today, what I'm going to be talking about, let's get into our live today. So today I'm going to be talking about connecting to your inner truth, and I think this is something I've been exploring and have always explored, because I'm always want to really just understand like my truth and what is my truth and how to follow it as well. And I feel like I need to do this actually in two parts. So I think today I'm going to talk about connecting to your inner truth, and then I think I'll do a part two where I talk about following your inner truth, because sometimes that can be very different. You can sometimes connect to it, but actually following it is like a whole different subject. So I think first of all, in order to connect to your inner truth, you need to understand when you're disconnected from your inner truth. And I think the key signs of this, from my experience, have been when I have been feeling overwhelmed, drained, burnt out, stuck, stagnant. If I feel like I've been pushing against a brick wall, then definitely feel like I'm not connected to my truth. And somewhere along the line, I'm just not following myself and what I need. So I think when you're in that space, first of all, sometimes when you're in that stuck, stagnant space, it can be really hard to come out of it. And you just kind of, it's like you're on this rat race and you're just in it and you just actually don't know how to come out of it. So I think first of all, if you're aware, if the awareness is there that I'm stuck, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I don't want to be living like this, I really want to reconnect to myself. And the awareness is key. So I think first of all, if you can just become aware of that, give yourself a pat on the back, like definitely. And then I think thereafter, then it's just like slow implementations of quietening your mind. Because I think when we are burnt out, drained, and all of that stuff, there's often like a lot of stress and anxiety, worry. We're probably in our heads a little bit. We're probably not as grounded as we could be. And so I think things, obviously, and I'll always say this, doing the practice of yoga, meditation, journaling, walking, anything to sort of release the stress and anxiety is really going to help. But also what I want to bring up and bring to mind is just the fear, because I think sometimes what can stop us from connecting to our inner truth, and if we're in that place of stagnancy and overwhelm, there is probably a fear of letting go and following your truth. So you need to then become aware of the fear. What is the fear? Is there a fear of, okay, I need to stop and slow down and not rush around and do X, Y, and Z every single day? Can I maybe just drop Z and just focus on X and Y, right? And then there's the fear of, if I drop Z, what's going to happen? You know, am I going to miss out on seeing this person or being here or being there? Or am I going to miss out on following something that I want to follow or doing something that I want to do? Or is it that I'm people pleasing? That actually, that Z, if I drop that, maybe I'm going to stop people pleasing, and then therefore that person is going to not like me anymore. So I think it's really important that you understand what the fear is. And then when you can recognize that fear, and often the fear, so like I said, first of all, it's becoming aware of like the overwhelm, the stagnancy. Become aware of that, quieten the mind, and then also recognize the fear. And fear can be like a holding and a gripping onto something that you think you need or need to have in your life, but that isn't serving you. So you're holding onto it so tightly, you really don't want to let it go. But actually, when you can let it go, then you can get back to reconnecting to yourself and following your truth. But often what keeps us in that place of fear is our past trauma and unresolved trauma. Okay, so it is quite deep actually. So I think in order to go into that space of resolving past trauma, not past life trauma, but past trauma, it does require things like the deeper aspects that I've talked about. So obviously, definitely the meditation is going to help. Definitely if you've got a counselor or a therapist, that's definitely going to help to take you back to your inner child. And then doing things like, obviously I always talk about sound healing and the sound journey, and moving through that. For me, and I know this is going to sound really quite deep, but I've also done like past life healing to go even deeper. And that has helped me to dispel a lot of fear as well. And I think when you can start to do that, you then start to become lighter. You become lighter within yourself. And then when you become lighter, things start to become easier and things start to flow. And I think when you are in your space of flow and life is a little bit easier, then you're actually a little bit more connected to your truth. So I want you to just think about that for a moment, because at the beginning of the session, I talked about, you know, the burnt out, the feeling overwhelmed, the pushing against a brick wall, all of those things which keep us so disconnected from ourselves. But then when you get into this place of ease and flow and a sense of self-love for yourself, then you're a little bit more connected. And when you can let go of what other people think, because I think as well what can hold us there is worrying about what other people think. But if we can just let go of what other people think and just come back to ourselves and do I feel happy here? And I speak from my own experience, like I could have stayed in a marriage that wasn't serving me, or I can be on my own. And actually when I'm on my own, I'm actually feeling like this is feeling a little bit more in flow. This is a bit easier. I'm not pushing against a brick wall. I'm not trying to move into spaces or places that don't serve me. I'm actually in my flow and it just feels lighter. So I think there's quite a lot there. I think there's quite a lot there that I covered. That's actually quite a deep session. So I just want you to just take on those thoughts and just to go back and again, maybe listen to it and just listen to whether you're feeling drained, overwhelmed, stuck, stagnant, and you're pushing against that brick wall, and how can you get to that place of ease and flow? And it's a journey and it's a process, and you need to just move through things step by step. Take your time, have full compassion for yourself. As much as you can, come and join me in this session, because I'm just here to advocate love, self-love, and for you to really just love and honor yourself through this journey, because it's not always easy, but you can. And if I also want to say that if you are in that place of stagnancy and you're watching this, then you've become aware, you're aware that you want to do something for yourself, it will get easier and it will get better and it will get lighter, and you will definitely get into that place of ease and flow, which is really beautiful. And I feel like after so many years, I feel like I'm kind of getting there. It still takes some time. I still sometimes can feel like I'm pushing against a brick wall, but I think I'm getting there, and I feel like I'm a bit more in my flow. I'm following my truth and I'm honoring myself, and that it takes a lot. And in part 2, I'll talk about how to then follow your truth and how to really follow that. And I think that's really just stepping into a place of really being brave, and going on your path. So yeah, I hope that helped today. It was quite an intense, actually, subject. I didn't realise it when I was writing it down, but maybe go back and listen to it and see if you connected with it and if it made sense to you. And then I will also share it, obviously, on my profile page, and I will share it on my YouTube channel as well. And I would be so grateful if you could share it with anyone else who might benefit from this and who could benefit from the work that I'm doing. I'd really, really appreciate that. And I will be back again next Sunday. Next Sunday, yes. So just make sure you join me. I'd love to see you there. And there's been so many of you coming in. Let me just give a shout out. Jaina, Urvi's comment, thank you. Shiv, good to see you. Sharon, Isha, Kavi, so good to see you. Devi, Angie's coming as well. Ange was with us yesterday doing the sound journey. She was amazing. And Dwana Lifestyle has joined, and Smitha, you've just joined in at the end. Sorry, but we're just about to finish, but you can catch up, like I said, on my profile page. But thank you so much for coming in, and I will be back here next Sunday. Speak to you then. Bye.